The all-new Infinix Note 30 Pro can charge your iPhone wirelessly. That's not even a joke. It boasts wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, sound tuned by JBL, IP53 certification. What is Infinix cooking? Yes, the Infinix Note 30 Pro boasts all of those features and has a few more tricks, but the most important question will be, how do all these factor into user experience? Don't worry, I'm not asking you, I'm helping you ask me since I've had this with me for over 2 weeks. The Infinix Note 30 series is the latest addition to their Note line of devices. We saw the Note 12 series last year, and with the new series they've jumped all the way from 12 to 30. Same thing happened with the Hot series. I guess Note 30 sounds better than Note 13. Well, there are 3 other devices launching alongside the Note 30 Pro, and that's the regular Note 30, the Note 30 5G, and the Note 30 VIP, which should be the highest of this series. I'm curious to see what that will have to offer. But what I have here is the Note 30 Pro. It's a 4G device and it's priced competitively. However, it costs a bit more than the Note 30 5G. Interesting that it doesn't have 5G. Hard to hold it against them though. The competition at this price point do not have 5G either. Right, the price. The Infinix Note 30 Pro costs 179,500 naira. That's about $230. In a similar price bracket as the Redmi Note 12 Pro 4G and Samsung's Galaxy A24. And I say competitively priced because compared to the competition, this offers more value in specs to a good extent. It comes well packed in a box which actually contains 2 boxes, one for the phone and the other for its 15 watts wireless charging pad. This is probably first for any brand, adding the wireless charger to the box of the phone. And it's even more interesting that down to the base Note 30 also comes with a wireless charger. We'll talk about the wireless charging later. The fact that it supports and comes with a wireless charging pad did not even prevent Infinix from adding a charging brick to the box. There is a 68 watts charging brick which should power the device to 80% in 30 minutes. We also get a glass screen protector in addition to the rest of the accessories in the box. So you are buying this and not bothering about spending extra cash for a case, charger or screen protector. That's value. The case it comes with is transparent and fits nicely. It's not the flexible kind though, so expect scratches or even breakage if not well maintained. I like that it doesn't conceal the beauty of the design. Now speaking of design, this reminds me of the Note 10 Pro. It had a similar color and texture on the rear. This camera bump though is chunky. This color Infinix calls variable gold, and I guess it's deserving of the name because its color actually varies depending on the angle light hits it. It has a fine texture and doesn't attract smudges. It's a glass build and it feels nice on the hands. The frame is glossy and made of plastic. I also like that it has a flat design all around. Now as far as build quality goes, this feels like a really premium device. You can find this fingerprint scanner on the power button and it works just fine. The Infinix Note 30 Pro is their first device with a proper IP certification, that is IP53 for splash resistance, and I think that certification goes across the entire Note 30 series. That's cool. It should survive accidental drops in water, splashes, maybe use it in the rain, but definitely you do not want to take it swimming because it's not IP67. Infinix has partnered with JBL for this one, as you can see branded on the device, sound by JBL. Now that's evident from the sound that comes from its stereo speakers. Really good quality. You can actually feel the sound vibrating through the rear of the device, and it's pretty loud too. What do you think about the sound quality? So, wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. That is surprising by any standards. There are no devices at this price point that offers fast wireless charging, much more reverse, unless you are getting the much older flagships. This is a flagship feature, but Infinix has brought it all the way down to budget. I thought it was too good to be true and it had to be just that charging pad it came with. So I tried it with my Pixel wireless charging stand and it charged wirelessly. And it's 15 watts fast wireless charging. I think that's currently the fastest offered by the latest flagships. Also, temperature stays normal while charging wirelessly. I actually expected it to heat up, but that wasn't the case, probably because of its vapor chamber cooling. The reverse wireless charging also works great and it will come in handy when you need a quick boost for your Bluetooth earbuds or any devices with wireless charging, maybe your iPhone. On the display side of things, we get a vibrant AMOLED display with 1080p resolution and peak brightness of 900 nits. It's 6.67 inches in size and has a center hole punch for its selfie camera. It's a nice looking display, and if you like, you can tweak the color settings to your taste. Since it's AMOLED, you get some cool always on display animations. It supports 120Hz refresh rate, which makes for smoother interaction with the UI. But by default, it is set to automatically switch between 60, 90 or 120Hz as required by the device. So far, I've had no reason to choose 120Hz always, as I find it doing a good job. For the software on the Infinix Note 30 Pro, we get Android 13 and XOS 13, which brings some improvements like Material U integration, icon theming, and improved multitasking. Everything works as it should with the software, except that I noticed the lack of animation when opening or closing an app. This is not an issue that affects user experience though, and I am pretty sure it's because I'm on pre-release software. The retail software should be better. We still get a couple of pre-installed apps, some which can be uninstalled and others just disabled. Only Palm Store has been sending unsolicited notifications so far, but the UI offers to disable it if you don't interact with them, or you can also just disable it yourself. It makes for a less intrusive interface. On software updates, I'll have no expectations, but we'll wait to see what Infinix says at the launch, then update it in the description. Now, this comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which is also expandable by SD card. The Infinix Note 30 Pro comes with a 6nm MediaTek Helio G99 processor, one that is actually getting quite common at this price point, the same one you find on Samsung's Galaxy A24 and a couple other devices released recently. It is actually a well-optimized processor and offers the desired performance, running all your apps without issues. You can play your high graphics titles at medium settings. Call of Duty Mobile plays at medium graphics and high frame rate. PUBG plays at HD and high frame rate. I find it to be a solid gaming device, staying consistent on the temperature and no noticeable lags in my tests so far. One of the charging technologies Infinix added to the Note 30 is bypass charging. Now, this allows the device to bypass the battery once it charges past 30% and power the board directly, reducing the chances of overheating. This is a feature you only need when gaming and on low battery and you want to keep gaming while plugged in. Now, to enable this though, you need to launch a game from the X Arena app and then swipe and hold from the left or right. You'll see the option to enable bypass charging. You can also adjust the threshold for when it should enable bypass charging. Definitely only something the hardcore gamers will bother with, not the average user. The battery life here is great, no issues so far, and this should comfortably last you the whole day. You have a number of charging options for when you need a quick boost. Either use the 68-watt charger or you use the wireless charging pad, depending on how urgent you want it to charge. For cameras, the Infinix Note 30 Pro keeps it simple with a 108 megapixel main camera. Its selfie camera is 32 megapixels. It takes some nice looking photos with its main camera. Colors look okay, not too saturated. I think skin tones can be better though. Portraits look good on the subject separation, though sometimes not perfect. In the proper lighting conditions, you should be satisfied with the results. For night mode shots, you will get good results as long as it's not drastic conditions. For the selfie camera, I found portraits to be sometimes sharper than the regular selfies, but both do okay. HDR processing is sometimes absent on portrait selfies. On video, the Note 30 Pro can only do a maximum of 2K at 30 FPS from both selfie and rear cameras. There is no OIS, but you get software stabilization at 1080p. So I'm out testing the selfie cameras of the Infinix Note 30 Pro. It's a 32 megapixel selfie camera currently shooting at 2K 30 FPS. That's the maximum you can do from both its selfie and rear cameras. That's what I'm shooting at, 2K 30 frames per second. What do you think about its video quality, microphone quality? Let me know. The Infinix Note 30 Pro is an impressive phone when you look at the value it offers for the price. Against in competition, it is just as powerful but offers wireless charging, better speaker quality thanks to the tuning by JBL. It is nice to see Infinix upping their game and giving the competition a run for their money. Areas where I think they still need to improve is image processing for more consistency. Also, for the umpteenth time, we need OS upgrades. XOS is significantly improved but still needs to be lighter. Can I recommend this? Certainly. For devices around this price, it offers compelling specifications and it can't be ignored. Also offers much value too. If you want to see a video on Samsung's A24 or Redmi Note 12 Pro 4G, check either of these sites. They are similarly priced devices. Peace.